Hello, folks. Welcome back to Chris Wyatt Reports. This is Chris in central Pennsylvania. Listen, the African National Congress's list of candidates, its rank ordered candidates of the best candidates for office for the national and the provincial level, that thing has been released. It was leaked over the weekend, but now it's officially been released by the ANC and they put it out. And there's some very interesting things about this list. Now, during the liberation era, the African National Congress was chock full of white South Africans who were opposed to apartheid. Many who participated in it. Some very famous names, some of them still, in their 50s and 60s and capable of serving. Of course, some fossils who've passed on and also much older, but some younger folks. But what has happened with the ANC since 1994? Where is its efforts to draw liberal whites or fellow socialists and communists to their standard? It seems to be lacking. In a country with about 7 or 8% of the population being white and the ANC obsessed by racial quotas in everything they do, that's the purpose of this video, is to point out the hypocrisy, obsessed with racial quotas, the ANC seems very short on having what they actually need to meet the racial quotas. What I mean, where's Whitey? Where's Whitey? Where are the white folks in the ANC's list? The national list, the first white South African. Now, I'll admit, maybe I missed a name or two here, but I went through it pretty thoroughly. And I'm pretty sure I got most, if not all, of the folks who would profess to be white under South Africa's ethnic standards. But the first whitey is number 35. So the ANC is telling us that the best qualified people in the entire country to lead that country, 34 of them are black. And then you get a white person. And that is Helen Neal May at 35. The next white ANC politician is at number 39, Barbara Creasy. Then at number 42 is Gerardus Koolhof. And at number 57, Andries Karl. And that's kind of where it runs out. 200 candidates for national, for the parliament, 200 on their list, and 4 whiteys. That's 2%, not 8%. Now, that's a silly argument, but of course, the point I'm trying to make here is that the ANC is obsessed with racial quotas, obsessed with equity, obsessed with representation. I mean, we saw it just again. Well, how come there aren't any black lawyers here? Well, how come there aren't any white players on Bafana Bafana? Maybe they're not good enough. I would hope that's the answer. But is it? How come there aren't more white folks in ANC leadership? The reason I also do this video is because endlessly, the legacy media, those run by companies like Naspers, including News 24, are constantly going on about the Democratic Alliance and how all that, look, not pulling for the Democratic Alliance here, just introducing the hypocrisy. The Democratic Alliance is always targeted anytime any person of color, especially a black South African, leaves the party. Oh, the DA's in trouble. Oh, the DA's got a problem. It can't appeal to black voters, which is simply not true. Look at the number of black voters in the Gauteng province who vote for the DA, and that number is going up by the day. The point here is that they jump on this story. Oh, the DA loses black leaders. Where are the white leaders in the ANC? The ANC is not a black party. It's a multiracial party by its own definition. Yet it doesn't look very multiracial. Very few Indians, almost no whites, and a paucity of coloreds in that party. It's overwhelmingly a black party today, which is not what the ANC was in 1994, 1999, 2004. So what's going on? Where's Whitey? Where is the legacy media asking that question? Where's Whitey? I think it's a fair question. Why does the ANC not have more white leaders? Why does the ANC not have more white members of its party? Even the EFF goes to the showboating effort to show that it has white members, the few fools that actually flock to that race hustling party. They actually make a point of pointing out, hey, look, we got Whitey too. But the ANC doesn't. And you're telling me in a country built by a white minority that the first white person on your list for the top official is number 35? That's just comical. And one final note here about this entire thing, which I think is hilarious, is that the ANC is diverting people's attention from no water, no electricity, 82 murders a day, gender-based violence, pervasive corruption, ineffective policing, farm murders, land invasions, total chaos, anarchy in South Africa. They are diverting attention away from that by focusing on foreign policy, by interfering in the affairs of Israel and taking them illegitimately to the International Court of Justice over and over again. The latest time going, well, people are starving in Gaza because of Israel. Well, people are starving in Sudan. According to the UN, the worst food catastrophe, according to the World Food Program, on the planet right now, and the ANC is silent. People are starving in northwest Nigeria, according to Médecins Sans Frontières, because of black bandits. ANC silent. They're silent on the issues that matter for Africans. So the bottom line here is the ANC is using foreign policy to distract from events at home and also to pay back its supporters in Tehran and Beijing and Moscow. Supposition, analysis, call it what you want. But the reality here is that while they're doing that, they're ignoring things at home. And who do they put forward for that? Well, their foreign minister, the director of DIRCO. That's right, the minister for DIRCO, that's the director of international relations and cooperation. And that is none other than Naledi Pandor. Now, Lady Pandor, in what the ANC at the moment gives the impression is the most important post in its government, aside from Munir Palapala, the president, the most important post is the foreign minister. Yet she ranks 86th on their list of candidates for parliament. 86th. That tells you all you need to know about the ANC. Never mind the fact that their list is full of corruption accused from the Zondo Commission report and all kinds of people in sorts of trouble that we just don't even know about. Folks, the ANC. What are you going to say? What are you going to do? Where are the white folks? Why is the ANC bereft of white folks? Funny how it had no trouble attracting white folks in the struggle for liberation. But not today. The ANC making all efforts to become almost an exclusively black party. News 24. Why don't you pick up on that story? Ask where the white members of the ANC are. And where they are on that list. Thanks a lot for your support, folks. Be sure to hit the like button. Give us a like. And if you're not a subscriber, why don't you join the crowd, join the White Army, and become a subscriber. Take care.